Hello, everyone, and welcome to what I can almost guarantee will be an absolute unmitigated disaster. It's me, your good buddy, your good pal, Amigo Aaron, back with another Friday night disaster stream. So, sometimes you play it safe, load up 15, 20 Amiga games, run through them, easy peasy, pudding pie. But sometimes you got to get a little ambitious, and you got to get a little crazy, and that's what we're doing tonight with the Friday Night Disaster Stream. Now, if you're a long time viewer, God bless you for sticking in there with me. You will remember a little over a year ago, I did a video expose on a Batocera build that I downloaded from an arcade punk-related site to try out all of its various offerings. Now, for those of you that aren't in the know, there are avenues you can go down to download full images that are complete and ready to install. All you've got to do is put them in your Raspberry Pi, for example, or boot off of them or what have you. And so it had been about a year and some change since I downloaded the Batocera build. And the Batocera is like a front end, sort of like a front end for your arcade and console and computer games. Think of it that way, if you're not familiar with these things. And so I thought to myself, well, I wonder what's changed in a year, The reason I went for the original Batocera build was because it had a collection of sort of classic computers that you don't see every day in these things. And so it was a lot of fun. I've gotten some use out of it. It's a little bit quirky. And so I thought to myself, well, what I'd like to do is try another one. So what I did was I went out and procured another image. This time I used another area to get this, but this is also available on this punk-related arcade site if you're interested. Now, in the interest of full disclosure, I'm going to attempt to show only things that I actually own tonight, for the most part. And the reason is, I just saw a report from last week where an Italian fellow was importing these handheld gaming machines and was showing them off. They came pre-installed a bunch of stuff, and the Popo came, took him to the big house. We don't want that to happen. There's a ton of these a ton of videos like this. So I'm not that worried, but you must understand that, and this is the disclaimer I gave last year. When you download a pre-made image like this, you are entering a realm of gray. The dreaded gray area. And when you go into the gray area, weird things can happen. It's sort of like the Bermuda Triangle, Flack. It's deadly. I don't care what you say. You get God out there. This is the same thing. So I wanted to talk about, before we get into the games proper, and at the expense of costing myself viewers, but I think this is important, I want to talk about what it's like to actually take on the endeavor of downloading something like this. So this is a 2 terabyte build, okay? What does that entail? I'm going to actually show you. I'm going to let you look at my desktop here. Now, I have enabled this in a weird way this time around, just so, and hopefully we won't have any problems, but you know how it goes with this sort of thing. If you are running different emulators and whatnot, you may get some weird experiences. So I don't have an internal 2 terabyte hard drive in my laptop. So what I had to do was get an external 4 terabyte hard drive just to download this thing. The 4 terabyte drive it was comprised of, I think it was like 1.5 terabytes compressed data. So the first thing you've got to do is find the item you want, and you've got to download 1.5 or more terabytes of data, okay? So you're in for the long haul, depending on how you procure these items. Second thing you're going to have to do is uncompress this stuff. Now, when I did the Batocera stream last year, the Batocera uncompressed into an image, which could then be applied to a hard drive. You would basically, the whole image would be written to the hard drive with an image writing piece of software. So I just assumed that's what this would be. That was incorrect. And I'll be honest, this is my first experience with RetroBat. RetroBat actually opened up into its own folder and is runnable right out of Windows with a few caveats. One of the things that one of the caveats was, strangely, is that you needed to, wherever you put this RetroBat, it needed to be on drive G. So if you've got something on drive G or you don't have a drive G, you got a problem. You'll have to either change this to drive G or, I don't know, rearrange some stuff. And when you do that, what you get here is a massive folder. And you can see right now, I'm not going to let this thing count up, but it's going to count up to right around 2 terabytes of data. Just for the record, just to let you know exactly what I'm using here, this is the RetroBat Summer 2025 build. I think it's the only one available. I've never heard of RetroBat up to this point. So I want to, full disclosure, a lot of what you're going to be seeing tonight is stuff that you're going to be seeing me do for the first time. Because I've had this for about a month, but I haven't had a chance to kick the tires all that much because of Boat Fest. So once you've actually installed, or once you've uncompressed the gain of the hard drive, then you should be ready to go with a few caveats. Occasionally, you're going to have to install some additional, sort of like old Windows software that's no longer really something that they pump towards you. You have to install. Usually, it's its own separate thing. I did not have to do that this time around, but occasionally that's something you'll have to do. I'm going to go into, real quick before we actually start the gaming, what I like about this setup. My previous setup had, again, was a bootable hard drive that was a Linux drive, and so you would just boot your computer off of it. It's a great thing to carry around with you. The downside is, I'm not a Linux guy, and so transferring stuff back and forth to it was sort of a hassle. The one thing I like about this is, if you look here, so we're in the main area. By the way, you notice my directory here says Batocera. Ignore that, because when I downloaded this, I thought this was another build of Batocera, and it's not. It is Emulation Station. So one thing I like about this, though, if you click on ROMs, here is where it keeps all the ROMs, right? So, for example, on the Batocera build with Linux, it was a kind of a hassle to set up new software. On this, is actually quite simple. For example, I drug in, me and Brent covered a game called Kenta Bancho Badass Rumble a couple weeks ago on ARG Presents, and I had it handy, so I thought I would add it. So I did add it, and then once I added it, this thing picked it right up without any trouble. Another benefit to this that I really like is, in the ROMs image, so right now I'm in ROMs PSP, you can see right here in the ROMs PSP area, here are your images. They're stored right with the ROMs. Here are the video clips stored right with the ROMs. It's very, very tidy and handy to use for someone who has been doing this for a while. So conceivably, you could drag a bunch of stuff into one of these directories, and then it would pick it up if the emulator and the was using the image that you put in there. And so far, I've been lucky on the few things I've tried. So with all that said, let's go ahead and fire it up. Just for the record, I'm using tonight I'll be using the Microsoft Xbox. What is this? The Xbox One controller. Pretty good controller. One of the problems I've had, I'm going to fire this thing up here. If this is too loud, we'll change the volume. So, yeah, there's a ton of these little movies. Pretty cool. One of the things that I've had a problem with in Windows, so this is running out of Windows 11, and one of the problems that I've had is all the stupid game bar crap that they have going. Because you could take this stick and you've got access to all the buttons, Well, if they put the game bar stuff on there and it hoses you up. So I would also recommend that if you're to use this software, I'd probably get rid of the game bar stuff, if I'm honest. Now, I don't hate the game bar. I see Boats killing the game bar. I don't hate it, Boater. I'm just saying this is something that you have to deal with. So, hey, what's going on, Centauro? So, you can see we've come right into it here. Now, one of the things that's way, way different from the last year's build, the Batacera, is this is not catered necessarily to the original. It doesn't go back to the weird stuff that I enjoyed in the original Batacera build. However, where this does not go backwards, it actually goes forward. And then you're into an even grayer area, which we'll get to. But I'll run through these real quick, as is tradition amongst these items. And I'll once we look at all the different systems, we'll try some stuff, and I'll show you the different options you have at your disposal. So, and you can see there's a RetroBat category. We'll save that one for last. So you've got the 3DO. You've got Final Burn. So Final Burn effectively is your arcade conduit here. There's no main build on here. You know, I lost track of what Final Burn covers. It seems to cover the majority of the arcade stuff I was looking for, but I don't know. I can't say for certain that the game you're going to want that's from the arcade is going to be there. What's up, noob? So you've got, of course, the 2600, 5200. All the stuff you'd expect to find here. 7800. Your handhelds, the Jag CD. This is something I've not delved into that much, and we'll definitely try that. ColecoVision and C64 Amiga. Here's something that's unusual. The original Xbox. The Xbox 360. Of course, the PC Engine, a.k.a. The TurboGrafx. You've got the... this is the PC Engine CD-ROM, which I think Mr. Cola had one of these. I can't remember if he brought this to the show, and I know he's got one. There's the Beleaguered Beatdown. It supports 5 games with so super graphics. The NES, Game Boy, Super NES, N64, Game Boy Color, Nintendo GameCube. That's a new sort of realm for me. GBA, the DS, another new realm. The Wii, you know. I'm not 100% sure what that is, so I guess we'll figure it out. It might be that Sony Super Nintendo. I'm just about looking at it, but I don't know what could be there. Wii U, the Switch, again, grayish. It's grayish. There, you've got DOS ports, PC ports, Adam's Wave, the SD1000, the Mark III, Mega Drive, Game Gear, the Sega CD, your M2 arcade, and we'll see what simulator they're using for that. The 32X, we'll try that too, probably. Saturn. This is your Model 3 arcade. Here's your Dreamcast, and here's your Naomi, which is the arcade equivalent of the Dreamcast. We used to own one of these back in the day. Me and Britt picked up a game that was a Naomi game. It was that god-awful WWF Royal Rumble game. It was not good. I did not like it. And we sold it. We sold it and got the money to pay for the entire machine, so it worked out pretty good. Again, MSU and Median don't know what that is. The ZX, the Neo Geo Pocket, Pocket Color, PlayStation 1, the 2, which, that's been around for a while, but still I haven't played tons of these. The PSP, the PlayStation 3 is an addition. It's amazing that we're getting to the point where you can actually emulate PS3 stuff. And then you've got, once you get here, you can your favorites and whatever you played last. Now, I want to go into this. The RetroBat emulation station area here. So this is, you'll see this wheel here is where you could add these emulation setups to your machine. For example, if I wanted to get the CPC up and running, I could download that. Some of these are just different emulators for the same things that are already supported on there. Like Daphne, which is a gross oversight. They don't have Daphne on here. So you can, but some of these, like I said, some of these you'll recognize. DOSBox. These are just, I have not fooled with these, if I'm honest. In Future Pinball. I I'm not even sure what that homebrew MAME. I've never heard of that. You may know some of the stuff that I don't. But you can see there's quite a few of these to go through. In fact, MAME was right there. So if you wanted to add games, it really probably wouldn't be that Pico 8, which we love. It wouldn't be that difficult to do it. So that's what that is. Just for the record, I'm navigating the menus with the green A button and the red B button. Select being A and back being B. Okay, so I'm just going to try a random arcade game just to start us off. Me and Bo have been playing this. So I'm going to pick Zookeeper. Now, I've noticed this is a pretty tidy setup, and you'll see what happens here. So this happens when the first time you run Zookeeper. So we'll see if there's a way to get past this. It wants you to set up your location, and really there's no way to do it. So if we were using MAME, we would just basically start it again. So let's try that again and see if it happens again. If it happens again, then there's probably going to be a workaround. That's one of the reasons I wanted to try this. Okay, there it goes. So what you're going to see is the framing. I did none of this, by the way, just to FYI. So what they've installed on this is you've got the framing, and they've put a filter on or a screen setup to where the screen is sort of has a monitor bit, like a curve to it, a monitor curve that you can see. To start the game, of course, you set these buttons up at your leisure. I've set these up with select being the coin and start being the start. We don't have to play a long game of this, but just to give you an idea how you can. By the way, a lot of people don't know you can skip that opening if you hit start. So this is an all-time classic game that me and Boat have been playing here recently. In fact, I saw Boat mention it earlier when he was talking to me. One of the things people don't know is if you get killed on this first level, they'll give you a free man. So there is a way to turn off everything, which I will show you. So anyway, you can see a simple game like this, you're never going to have any trouble with the old Zookeeper. You know, it works fine. So to exit the game, I'm going to hit the Xbox symbol and the start button. Okay, and then we're back out. Now, if I want to play this game and change the effects, if I hold down the select button here, if I hold it down, this screen comes out, and you can see you get a bunch of options here, including stuff like, I don't know if the game manual is actually here or not, but you can watch the video at full screen. This probably didn't have a manual since it's an arcade game, but the main thing you want to look for is advanced game options. When you click on this, this gives you the options to choose which emulator you want to use. You know, now we'll get into that later on, but some of these aren't going to work given the settings that they default to, and there's no way these guys could check every conceivable game. So that's part of the reason this is here. So you can see here's your curvature set. And you can turn that to none if you want. We'll turn it to none this time. You can also turn off the bezels. You can see any of a number of things you can do here. Now, I've had trouble on a lot of these front ends. Batacera was a perfect example of games coming up in the wrong resolution and stuff. This hasn't been a huge problem for me on here. So I'm just because Boat asked, I don't think it's here, but let's see what happens. Oh, there you go. So there's the manual. So that's pretty thorough. I didn't expect them to have this. I've never seen the arcade manual for this. That's kind of cool. So I've hit back to back out of it. But again, if we hit this, and we could hit this. So now we're watching the video at full screen. Pretty cool. Pretty slick, right? So let's pick the game again. And when we pick it this time, it should not have that curvature to it. And it does not. And then you can see right here, you can play this without the curvature. And again, you can also remove the bezel, you know, if you take the notion. So we're going to get out of this. Okay, so that worked okay. Now, I'm sitting here trying to think of what's the most advanced arcade game that would tax the system the most. I have to sit here and ponder it. By the way, that background music, you can also turn that off or skip tracks if you want. I left it on. I probably could have gotten rid of it, but I just left it on because it's okay. So let's see if they've got Mortal Kombat 4. That's a good. So if you use your trigger, your upper buttons, you can skip through the stuff quicker. So you can see I'm fast forwarding through it here, and then you can use if you use the upper triggers, you'll go left and right down the line of games. I found this to be a pretty decent system to get around. So let me see here. The Mortal Kombat stuff may be under another emulator, is what we'll see. If I can remember where M is, there we go. Okay, we'll go down through here. They've got a goodly amount of games on here. I didn't catch the exact amount of them. Hey, they got Matt Mania, so you know they're golden. Now, if the police are watching, you'll notice I'm skipping many of these games because I don't own them. I actually do own all the Mortal Kombats. So Mortal Kombat 4, not in here. But they got the Mortal Kombat 3, which that tells me it's probably listed on another setup. It's a good question. What hardware am I using? I wrote that down in the show notes on YouTube. But I don't have. Someone could go check them. I can't remember what and I don't want to. Part of this is I don't want to leave the emulation because I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. I don't want to have the mouse go off the emulation because it could screw stuff up. Right off the top of my head, I can't tell you. If you look at the YouTube show notes, someone can tell you. If someone does that and wants to send it over to the chat, that'd be great. Let's try something a little more taxing here and see. So. Now, I will say, this is running on an external hard drive. Okay, so bear that in mind. Now, my son, when I bought him his Switch, it came with a few games. And one of them was, let me find it here. Actually, he owns almost all of these games, which makes it easy for me. Let's try Mario Kart. Well, we're going to take... I own this game. I think we'll be okay. Just for reference purposes. Now, when these games originally load, they will load up some... they'll load up some shaders and whatnot. Oops, wrong button. Yeah. I've never been a big fan of I mean, I don't hate them. I mean, don't get me wrong, but they're okay. Thank you, Steve. It does have its own, it does have a separate video card. So you can see, now keep in mind, this is running off of the external hard drive on a 3.0 USB, and so this is running, and this is probably one of the more taxing games that way. This is running real good. Let's see if I can figure out how to throw this thing. Here it goes. Ow. Now, one of the things I've noticed on some of these emulators, you have difficulty leaving. So, I'm going to try to get out of this thing. Here we go. This is one where you have trouble. That's why I wanted to bring it up. So, what you've got to do on that one is you have to hit select and start, and it will knock you out. But there, you can see that ran pretty well. So let's back out of this. Let's try one of the arcade. Let me see here. I want to try one of the more advanced arcade. And then we'll go try Xbox, too. By the way, if you ever request anything you'd like to see this thing try to run, I'd be more than happy to give it a whirl. Let's try the Model 3. Yeah. We'll have a look. So, Some good stuff in here. Let's try, you know, I knew a guy in Charleston actually owned one of these machines, Scud Racer. I was interested to see what they were. So they're using one of the old emulators for this supermodel. I don't think this is still available. I don't know if they're still updating this anymore. We'll see here. Okay, good. So we should get some action. Way Out West. I'll explain. You were here earlier when I mentioned this, but literally this one, it just opened into a folder in Windows, and it was ready to go. So I may have to reboot this to bring it back up. So the caveat was it had to be on in your G drive. This one's looking for the network board. It may have a timeout eventually. Let me pop out of this, and then we'll pop back in. And you can see how that thing has that ugly DOS box that came up. That's not unusual for some of these older ones. I was really surprised though, like Way Out West, because I didn't anticipate it running out of Windows like that. But again, I'm not familiar with this particular RetroBat. This is the first time I've used it. One of the things I didn't like about Batacera was, let me see if there's a way I can get around this. Yeah, let's just try another one. That's too bad. Again, some of these you're going to have to probably sit around and figure out. Let's try Spike Out. Hopefully they did that on every one. On Batacera, you could not actually update it because it was a custom job. Batacera had this, allows you to update it, download games, a bunch of crazy stuff. So you can see on this one that does not have a bezel, but it is, they have it set up to be rounded. So let's see if we can get this thing to work. This is on free play. I've never played this before. I always play the girl. Oh yeah, I've got one of those in my pinball machine too. I've got the Coin Ops one. Oh wow, look at that. That's nice. Oh jeez, it's just like, oh, okay. Oh, so it's okay. It's a beat 'em up. All right. There's punch, there's kick. Does she have a block? That's interesting. This seems to be running well. This is the good thing about these sorts of things. I've never heard of this thing. Yeah, that is one of the problems with the verticals. So this seems to be pretty well. I'm sure there's a way to get past the network issue from Scud Fighter. It's probably, if you look at the docs on that one, you could probably figure it out. So if you see something here that doesn't look like it's working properly, then there's usually a way around. And I've had pretty good success on the few I've tried. So this seems to be working fine. Oh, look at that. This isn't bad. Multiplayer, this will be pretty. I have to get the boy. He might get a kick out of this. Looks like a 2-button game, though. I don't see the fun to jump or anything. Oh, there it is. It's got Virtual Fighter jumping. I'm just pretending I'm Cynthia Rothrock. She's got the short blonde hair. If she does the Rothrock kick, you're in business. Oh, yeah, here it comes. Ah, suplex. Nice. She's doing straight up. It's dragon suplex right there. She's double underhooking. She's putting into full Nelson. And you can see a list here. I like the radar on this. That's kind of neat. Let you know where you're at on the screen. Bam. That looks like a dragon sleeper with a suplex laid in, if that's your cup of tea. So here's our last guy. We'll finish this guy off, then we'll move on. There it is. I'm sure there are plenty of moves. Oh, here comes the boss. Oh, no. It looks like the Hulkster. That doesn't work for me, brother. Look at that. They actually teamed up. That was pretty cool. They're actually protecting the Hulkster, too. I can't get to them because they're getting in my way. Oh, my God. I'd be okay if these geeks weren't hassling me. Get out of here. Let's see if I can work something out here. Huh. So if you run into them, it grabs them. Here we go. Huh. If I could throw Hulk into that gas. Oh, no. Oh, it's into me. Too bad. I call that a winner. Let's see how hard it is to get out of that. Okay, that one, the leaving worked fine. So that's. I wanted to see how it ran on some more heavy. Now, I would say the heavy dutyest thing to run in this would probably be the PS3. So we're gonna try that here in a minute. Somebody asked about something. It'll hit me here. Oh yeah, Xbox 360 and Xbox. Let's give that a whirl. Now again, I don't know. You could add stuff to this. He did attack me with his rump. That's true. I'm going to try to play something that doesn't have a ton of, like, music in it. Because you know how that goes. It's a pretty good lineup here. That's my brother's. Loves that game. It is good. Gosh, Midtown Madness came out on the... I didn't know that. Let's just try something... So I'm gonna click on this and we'll see if it works. This is Sega GT 2002. I'm not sure what they're using here. Well, you know, it's funny you should mention that, Flack, because that's sort of the way I'm thinking on that. Yeah, I wish I knew how to do the 5-volt super attack. Sorry about that. I'm kind of catching up on the chat here. So this is the Xbox. It's funny, Xbox emulation was practically zero just a few years ago. But I guess it's come a long way. Let's do a quick battle here. Oh, look at this. Okay. Gotta go with Lotus, right? I would wager you'd have better luck with this, you know, if you had an internal drive or, you know, if you want an M2 or something, you're talking a big money for those to get one, you know, an internal drive with this on it. I mean, you'd be, those things for 2 terabytes, I scoped them out and they were not cheap. So that's why I just happen to have this one here. I would be boned. I had to pull this out of my old computer that had this on there at all. Holy smokes. That's a noise. Sorry, everybody. I hope that stops. Holy smokes. Oh, oh thank God. This game seems like it's running kind of locally. I like to take my Lotus off-road. I've turned the sound out on this because it's so bad. I'm hearing it, but so you guys don't have to, thank God. Yeah, this thing, I'm not, and the thing is I have no reference, a point of reference on this. Yeah, that game stinks. So there you go with that one. Let's try something. I'm going to try something I've actually played before on the Xbox. That way I can at least have a point of reference of how it's running. Man, these wrestling games, the Xbox has the worst wrestling games. This is your money game on the Xbox right here. Anyone that's in the know, they played some Crimson Skies, brother. Yeah, you weren't kidding. Let's see how this plays. This is a really fun game. So, let's see here. Better turn the music down just so we can avoid any difficulty here. There we go. Now, memorize all that quickly, and you'll be fine. We're going to try to skip these just to get the Xbox. Here we go. Oh, yeah. It should be a turbo. There it is. So this is not bad right here. If you haven't played this game, I really do urge you to try it. It's a real fun game.
We're getting close. Better check your guns. Make sure they're not jamming. Practice on those weather balloons.
Yeah. There we go.
Nice shooting. Looks like they're working.
Yeah, this is running quite nicely. So this is your Xbox. I'd say this is a fair. I don't know how taxing this particular game is.
Secondary weapon. Practice on those abandoned gun towers. Good job.
There it is. Very nice.
I had Doc adjust your brakes. Give him a test. Great.
It's funny, the controls. It's nice when you play a game where the controls match up perfectly. It's so rare.
Test your plane's handling. Try pulling an Immelman.
Oh yeah, I'm sure I could do that. Oh, okay. Whoops. Down. I have no idea what I'm doing. There we go. All right. It works, everybody. This one gives you a menu before you leave, by the way. You can see it right there. So I'm going to give Xbox, that first game had some sound issues, but pretty good. Let's try the 360, shall we, while we're here? What do we got here? It's never a good sign when they've got the scene it's in here. Halo 3, Gears of War. Oh, Fight Night, Fable. So not a ton of 360 games that are included. What's something we can play quickly? It's funny, I never played Gears of War. Everyone loves car racing, right? Okay, this does happen occasionally, so we are going to update. That was from RetroBat, by the way. So yeah, we don't want to do anything illegal here. So I'm going to exit out of this, then come back in. Oh, no, there it goes. Oh, it worked. I didn't do anything. Oh, the Burnout games, dude. I love that. I love those. It never got any better than Burnout Revenge. That was the best one. I was just playing Burnout Paradise City the other day, and it's not as good. All right. Okay, I don't know what to do here. Do I have to click on that? So it's having me create a profile here. I guess at some point it required these things. I don't know. Okay. That was pretty seamless, but I had to use the mouse right there. So that's probably something you'll hopefully you don't have to do one time. I liked Burnout Paradise, but I liked Revenge better. I didn't think it necessarily needed the open world. So this is, by the way, this is a game I did not like. I'm not good at these simulations of racing. Uh-oh, that's not good. Ignore that, everybody.
Hey, this is Amy Simpson coming to you from the beach.
So is this me?
And I would like to take
It is me.
to wish a big Horizon Pulse welcome.
So this seems to be running pretty good. Again, this is a laptop, so keep that in. Keep your thoughts on how choppy and whatnot. I mean, it is what it is. If you have a beefier, although this is running fine, but if you've got a beefier system, I'm sure you can really crank these things up. And there are options in there to increase the resolution and whatnot. We'll look at those here in a minute. This seems okay. I'm sure that that music's gonna get me killed. So let's see. Let's see if we. So now we're gonna try to get out of this. This is one of those that's gonna be difficult. So, okay. So that didn't work. That didn't work. So right now I can't escape. You cannot escape, as I say. Let me see if I can figure out a way. It's funny, it won't even let me not play the game. That's interesting. That's interesting that they won't even let me quit the game. What's this do? Just that. Nothing. Yeah. So this is one of the areas where you're like, okay, okay. I want to cancel. No, cancel. Cancel everything. No. Okay, I don't know what I did, but apparently it had to get to a certain point before it could let me out. So I don't know what made it do that. So that's my point on this. Your mileage may vary on that. That's something I've noticed about some of these. You have trouble escaping the game. And I'm sure it's on an emulator by emulator basis. Let's say, I haven't played that much GameCube over the years. I put a few things on here. Oh, look, they got Burnout on here. Let's try that. So let me show you some of your options here. Again, if you hold down the A button and go down here to advanced options, again, you can, aside from the fact that you can pick your emulator, you can also change your resolution if you wish. Like here's how. Here you can change how the video is rendered. You can in some instances you can change the other aspects of it. Like here's the game ratio. So you can here's the internal resolution. But there are some where you can change the. I'm sure there's a way to do it here. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so here's your various options for rendering the screen. We're just gonna go with the default here. Let's see how this plays on the GameCube. Yeah, I was, Black. I was trying to drive it in reverse to get out of it. I will say, most people now have the wider screen. And that does go a long way. I like the bezeling is good in this. They've done a good job. They give you multiple options on the bezeling, too, in case you're wondering. I got the strong feeling I'm not going to be able to monetize this video when the deal goes down. That's how they do you, though. It's happened to me last time, so what are you going to do? I wanted to talk about it. So, continue without saving. So, for this one, A is B. Just an AKA. Turn that down. Oh, God. You have to confirm. Here we go. that's kind of cool. All right. Let's see if we can get to actually... So the only thing, that's the only option we have is that one. Okay, so this is a simple one. You drop on the wrong side of the road to earn boost. We don't need no help. Just get to it, son. Ha 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 ha! Student driver, I love it. What's up, Explorer? So yeah, this is driving. This is working great. Up, right when I said that, there's a hiccup. Oh, I see. Like I said, I've never played this one, so I've never seen this gimmick here before. I mean, do I have to go through all these, or can I just play the game? Good lord. God, let's try one more. By the way, if while I'm thinking about it, if you didn't get a chance to watch any of our coverage of Boat Fest, we had a real good time, as you can imagine, and we'll be slowly putting this stuff up on the net, so you'll be able to catch us. We taped the real good, the video and stuff turned out real well this year. I was real pleased. So I like that, but I don't like how to earn your way to the good stuff. That's kind of lame. I'll take Burnout Revenge, which needs to be in the Xbox area. So I'm going to try to escape out of this. So you can see, so it's not working here. So I'm going to hit continue. I'm going to try to go in from the main menu here. Not working. Okay. So on this one, it was select and start. It's a shame that they can't get that universal exit to come out of these. You got a goodly amount of, oh man, that's this right here. I love this game. Def Jam Fight for New York. God, what a game. I love that game. Whoops. Well, I guess I'm going to play it. What's up, Ahmed? Welcome in, brother. We're checking out a gray area RetroBat image tonight, just to kick the tires on this thing. Again, if anyone has anything they'd like to see tried out or a system, I'd be more than happy to. Yeah, no kidding, Centauro. I see some issues right away. So what we're gonna do here, we can see those issues right out of the gate. That looks like butt. All right, now there could be reasons for that. It could just be that it doesn't like full motion video. You know what I mean? So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna exit the game. Okay, and we're exit work. Now we're gonna hold down start this time, and we're going to load the game with a different emulator instead of Dolphin. Let's try Libretto Dolphin. It seems like it wouldn't make a difference. It makes a big difference a lot of times. Let's give this a whirl. Yeah, this game. If you ever played this game, you know I'm a wrestling fan, and this began its life as a wrestling game. And I don't like rap at all. But let me tell you something. Your boy got into rap big time playing this. I had my favorites. And I learned more about rap from this game than anything else. So now it sped through that. So this video looks better, but it still looks like butt. Plus this game's got Machete in it. I love that guy. Let's just see if the actual gameplay looks okay. And I'm sure there's other stuff you could do. Let's see here. Let's just battle. Ignore that music, everybody. I forgot to turn it off. So you've got your standard guys here. I don't know who you guys like to pick. I don't know how Henry Rollins got in here, by the way. That ham and egger, but he's here. Where'd it go with Baxter? Let's beat the crap out of Henry Rollins. That hypocritical goof. I mean, I don't hate Rollins, but he's a pretty good actor, actually. But hey, what's up, Brock? It's good to see you, man. Yeah. Yeah. It's not a bad game, either. So let's see if this loads up and plays okay. It'd be a shame if it didn't. Oh, yeah. Man, I haven't played this for about a million years, so I have to remember how to play it. I will say the 360 version looks better. Yeah. That's your... Oh, that was cheap. You dirt. It's typical. Get off me, Rollins. Yeah. How you like him? Oh, Jesus. No, no, no. Oh, my groin. Oh. This also has those crazy controls. Yeah. Oh, no. So the gameplay on this, it works fine. Yeah, that's what you get, rabbit punch, son. Oh, man. Oh! Oh, God! Oh, jeez! Get up! No, we're not doing that. I gotta learn how to block. Not knowing the controls is not helping me. Oh. Yeah. Spinning neck break. Oh, no! I'm gonna get murdered. Oh, no. Here it comes. Oh, no. I'm trying to get him to do it. Do it, Rollins, you geek. Here it comes. Oh, headbutt of death. Oh, hit me with a bottle. Oh, there it was. So that seemed to work okay. I'm going to give that the high sign. And the exiting, see, that time the exiting worked. So that's not bad. I'm going to give the, I'd say for the most part, you're going to be okay with the GameCube. Yeah, no kidding, eh? I'm with you, Double A. Good to see you, Double A. Let's try something. Let's see, what's the oldest thing they've got here? Probably the Mark III. Or actually the 2600. I would be not a very good retro gamer. Oh, we've got to try the Jag CD, too. That's no doubt about that. Let's see what they got in here. Let's see here. Very few games. I will say that. Very few games in here. I mean, I just went through and showed you everything they had. Wonder why they put so few in here. That's bizarre to me. I noticed they've got Warlords in here. That's a spinner game. That'd be tough to play. Let's try Demon Attack. It'd be funny if this is the thing that doesn't work. It was. Okay, so we're going to try a different emulator. That is hilarious. That's bizarre to me. So let's try, gosh, it played Stella, which that's sort of the ipso facto. Let's try this one. Let's just try Libretto Stella and see how that goes. That's crazy. Could be a ROM issue or something. Of all the things to not play, so see, that worked. Okay, so we now know. So let me see if we can. Oh, here we go. Looks good. What do you guys think about the screen curvature and the slight filtering on the screen to make it? They're trying to go for that TV look. I think it's okay. It looks pretty good on the monitor. I always like this game. This is one of the games that really put a Magic on the map. If you remember a Magic from back in the day. There we go. Oh, yeah, laser guys. Oh. The 2600 version didn't have the big demon, though, as I recall. The television version had the big master ship that you could fight. Oh! It seems like you got more space there than you do. There we go. There are too many occasions where you play, where you'll play Def Jam Fight for New York and then back that up with Demon Attack on the 2600. That's probably the first time that's ever happened. What's up, Happy? Welcome in, my friend. Hey, big shout out to Happy and the Midnight Brew for providing the Spectrum games for the High Score Challenge this year, which Happy customized for us. They were great. Your games got over big time, Happy. And we spread your legend far and wide, my friend. Man. These guys are always trouble. These little demons are suicidal, too, little punks. Plus, I'm trying to look at the chat while I play. Never a good idea. Oh, God! This game, I swear to God, it looks like you got tons of real estate and you don't. It's actually... Oh, crap. That's not good. Oh, I knew it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that got over. So let's see if we can escape this. We can. So that's odd to me. I'm going to try another one of these to see if it will come up like it's supposed to. Let's try Warlords. I want to see how this controls. I've noticed a lot of these systems, the guy who did the ROMs didn't know anything about the actual system. For example, in the Amiga section, they've got Lotus 3, but they don't have Lotus 1 or 2. And that tells me that, like, that's a guy that doesn't know what he's doing. So, I am yellow. That's not bad. I'm using the analog stick. I mean, that's not the worst. That's not the worst. Man, I'm kicking the tail out of these guys, these non-there guys. How is that guy not dead? Ah! Screw that guy. So this is actually playable. You can't beat the dial. And if you have dials, you could probably support it. Yeah, I can understand that, man. There are multiple options for screen stuff. There he goes. I think I got a chance. A blue guy standing where he is, it does make it more difficult. This does happen sometimes in this game. Long, boring bouts of nothing. Now, normally, of course, the robot would be moving the other, just in case you was wondering what's going on. Oh. This is one of the best 4-player games ever made. The arcade version, this is quite good. And the home version was real good, too. God, I'm going to lose this guy who's not there. Here it goes. Come on. Oh, son of a gun. Ignore that, everyone. Okay, so I would say these are going to be okay. They should be, but you may have to jury rig them as we had to there. Let's try the Jag. Let's try something with the Jag. I've got a Jag, and it's not that good. But we'll try something here. I'm looking to see. They don't have my fate. In fact, they don't have that many games here. I think I know what's happened with this setup is they put so many of the newer games in that they've kind of saved space by not putting all the older games in, which thankfully you can add to yourself. Yeah, this is Radeon. This is your favorite on the Jag. Well, that's like saying, you know, chlamydia is one of my favorite diseases. All right. I'm looking at this here. Okay, let's see how this goes. 8 credits, of course. Oh, yeah. Trust me, I was there, Happy. I played Pong before the 2600 was out. Unfortunately. And we thought Pong was pretty awesome. Anything that you could do to manipulate your TV was really cool. I remember my uncle had a Pong in his trailer. My uncle and aunt, we'd go over there, and we were like, oh, man. This is awesome. And of course, there were no arcades, per se. I mean, not video game arcades. We went the blue one. Oh, crap. Well, guess I want the red one now. This is another game. When it came out in the arcade, I was like, holy smokes, what a game. I wasn't good at it, but it was impressive. I like any game where you pick up war medals on the ground. I played this Star Trek Next Generation MMO that was like that. I was like, man, this is stupid. Oh, God. Give me the bomb. There we go. Now, come on. That was some good maneuvering by yours truly. Oh, look at that. All right, now we're cooking. I can't reach over to uncensor that, man. If you could type it again in a more pleasing way. You know, I was having trouble capturing from this thing earlier. And so I rigged up something real bizarre. I've got a splitter running out of my monitor. Holy crap. And then I've got the capture card picking up the... So I'm basically capturing from myself, effectively. But it's working, so... Oh, dadgummit. My God, I didn't even know it was on the screen. Shoot. I actually like blue a lot better. Man, I suck at this game. Two of them? Are you kidding me with this? Coward man. Yay. I will say there's a little bit of tearing going on there. That's probably the capture. But it could be the game. It could be rectified, probably. I guess we're going to land here. There you go. Not bad. And we can escape correctly, so that's nice. Let's try something a little more taxing. So many of these are not good. Let's try Doom. That's probably the most taxing game on this thing. Yeah, that was probably number 2. All right, that's okay. That came up okay. All right. No! Well, I didn't want that. Holy moly. Of course, the Atari didn't have an analog stick on it, so you're... Let's see how we do. Alright. Man, if you want to play some low-res Doom, you're in business, brother. I mean, it moves fine, but man, it is low-res. Also has no music. It's kind of odd. Wonder why they don't have any music in the thing. I do recall that the Jag version of Doom was crap. My God. Gotta take the beating. Ah! Uh-oh, that ain't good. Ah! He chased me in the elevator. I've never seen that before. So there you go. You know, who has seen the new preview that just got released today for the new Tron movie? You know, the last Tron movie, Tron Legacy, was I love that movie, and one of the best parts of it was the soundtrack. That soundtrack by Daft Punk was double awesome. So the new movie, it seems to not take anything from the last movie at all. And they've also brought in freaking Trent Reznor, 9 Inch Nails to the soundtrack. Now, I'm not a Trent Reznor fan. I'm not going to lie to you. I think this is a massive step down from what they had. But I'm willing to give it a shot. But I will say the preview left me rather cold, if I'm honest. If you've seen it, I'd be interested in what you had to say about it. I don't know any of these games except, well, I mean, I've heard of that. That sucked. I played that. That's a mech game. Vid Grid. Oh, it's one of the... God. Oh, man. This game was god-awful. Are we in the CD? We are. Okay. Oh, man. Well, let's try Blue Lightning. Blue Lightning! Of all the games that had to decompress, I didn't expect it to be on this. How's it going, Petzel? By the way, just noticed you there. Sorry for everybody, I've missed the chat, but I've been not looking at the chat all that much due to the... Oh, that's cute. I love the bezel. Listen to that guitar. Well, the music's good. Let's see here. Okay. I don't know how many Sega, I don't know how many Atari Jaguar CD games that were even released, if I'm honest.
North America.
Let's see if they got it right. All right, plenty of this stuff. Man. This stuff hadn't aged well when it came out. Oh, God. Just go. Uh-huh. General Draco. Not that guy. Yeah, let's shut down this guy's school. Okay.
Hornet.
Oh, you get to pick your... I guess you don't get to pick anything in this one. This is your last plane. I have just started. Oh, yeah.
Stand by for takeoff.
I really have no idea what to expect here. Sincerely. I have no... Is this like a Laserdisc game? Is it an arcade style game? Is it a shmup? What the heck is it? I'm giddy with anticipation. Maybe it's like UN Squadron or something. Oh, look at this! Yes!
Approaching enemy territory.
Yes!
You're going down.
Well, he wasn't wrong. Steep learning curve on that one. I put that plane on Tom Cruise control right there. That's it, huh? I mean, it's going to make me get through this whole thing again. Screw that. I mean, we looked... I was so excited for that. No, I don't think we need to do that. So, I would love to try one of these that didn't suck, but I suspect that they all suck. Let's move on. Let's see how they did on the C64. There are so many C64 games. They've already, I don't see Blue Max here. It'd be interesting to see how they pick these. I do see something here we should try out. So, you see this right here? Mission Impossible. I'm going to hold down the A button here. And we're going to get out here and scrape. And we're going to try to see if we can find a wheel piece for that. Let's see if we can find one here. That's probably why they don't have one, because there isn't one made. You can see those are your two choices right there. See, that normally if you could download the puzzle piece there, or the piece, the pie piece. Hey, Texas Foosballer, thank you so much for subscribing for so many months. Appreciate that, man. It's good to see you, Tex. Archon 2, that's a great game. Let's try something that's... Oh, here we go. The Venerable Bruce Lee. It's a great game. From Datasoft. Let's see how it does on the C64, okay? If I don't have to do anything, it's a good day on the C64. Apparently, it's loading this in real time. Isn't he a boxer? Happy? Oh, man. It's not the best sound I've ever heard. Why is it playing this? Ah, very good. I don't know how to skip this, so I guess we just have to wait till it's over. That's a good call, JP. Oh, God. How about run stop? Sometimes that will do things. God. Anybody have a thought on how to not have this space bar? Okay. No more. Oh, oh God. What the absolute hell is this? Anything. That's kind of handy. No, not again. I think the tape was actually loading. I think I just stopped the tape. That's bizarre. Why would you do it that way, one would wonder. Let's try to load that with another emulator. It's funny that they can't, sometimes they can't get the most basic things down. Let's try Frodo. Nope, didn't like Frodo. Okay. Frodo's pretty old. Let's try that. That was weird. Wonder why they put all that music in there. This is why this is important. You got to play this with a bunch of C64 professionals in the house. All right. I assume that's supposed to be the audio of the tape. I think it's actually loading the tape. That's what I think's happening. See, that's exactly what's happening. So this is, they've got this set up to run off tape. That's that's bizarre. Let's see if the next one does that. I can see some. I might have to go there and doctor the footage on the game on this stuff. I will say they have a tape right there. They weren't kidding about the bezel. At least if you download this, you'll know what you're getting. That's the ultimate goal of this. Here we go. Decompressing. It's thinking. I'm still decompressing. I kind of like my C64 stuff to load quicker than this, if I'm honest. Let me see something here. And you can see it loading down there. Do you see it? 26, 27. So these are, let's set this up to load these as tape files. That tells me that the person that set these up didn't know what they were doing. That's funny. I'm sure you could go in there and make that work better. I have no doubt. You could put some D64 files in there because I know these emulators will run them. It's odd. Again, I would wager that the person that set this up doesn't know anything about the C64. So as soon as they got some stuff to load, they were like, hey, there aren't a lot of computers in the mix on this thing. I'm sure this has a way just to auto-load the tape, too, which we're not, apparently isn't set up either. All right, I'm not going to sit here for a week. We get the point. That's got to be worked on. That's bizarre to me. I don't think there are any options in here to do it. I know we're dwelling on this, but... yeah. Nothing really there to do much about. That's easy to remedy though. Well, while we're here, let's see what the Amiga can do here. What do we got here? It's an interesting mix of stuff. Man, some of these. It's stuff I love combined with stuff I don't love. Shadow of the Beast Collection? That must be a CD32 title. So let's just load... yeah, pretty good. I think I got a decent amount of stuff on here. Let's try Gods. Yeah, hey Spunkle, it's good to see you, man. That's my capture card. That was not on the thing there. I don't care what boat says. This is a classic, brother. For so long, when me and the Brent played this, we didn't have access to that green bar at the bottom because it was in PAL. So I remember when I first saw this in PAL, I was like, what's that? It helps you and tells you stuff? Like, where's that been all my life? So this loaded right up. So one would wonder if they've got the Amiga stuff set up with HDFs, or that's usually the way they do it in these packages. Maybe when we're done, we'll go back into the Windows section and see how they've got some of this stuff set up. This control is great. I mean, this feels great right here. Oh, yeah. I agree with you on that. It was creepy. But it was amusing. Yeah, this is running. This looks good, plays good, no problems. Would you just die? There's a little bit of a weirdness in the actual key area there. Do you see that? It's kind of strange. Ah, you stupid thing, every time. Yeah. Shoot. Take that. Yeah. Die. Jeez. This game's got so many secrets in it. It's one of the things I like about it. It's got to me, it's got a Prince of Persia feel to it. They're both sort of deliberate games, you know. There's a puzzly element. All right, I call that a win. Hey, what's up, Daedalus? Thank you for rating. We appreciate that. What we're doing tonight for you raiders that just came in, just for fun, I downloaded a 2 terabyte build of RetroBat, and we're kicking the tires on it to see what works and what don't work, and how well it works and doesn't work. I gotta try this, fellas. I gotta see what this is. So right now we're in the Amiga section here, which is something that we do have some expertise in generally. Okay, I've never seen this before. I'll be honest with you. So let's see if this has a keyboard. It does. Guess we have to hit enter. That's strange. Anybody ever seen that before? Hey man, good evening. Again, thank you for rating. We're trying this bizarre front-end emulation a system called RetroBat, a 2 terabyte build that I got from a questionable source. Good to see the Amiga boy in here. We're just testing out the granddaddy here on the system here. This thing's got great sound, although this sound's not the best I'm hearing here. It's running at the wrong speed. You guys can hear that? It sounds to me like that's not perfect. Let's put it that way. Yep, there's the Roger Dean stuff there. I didn't see Lionheart in the mix there. See, this is yeah, left and right mouse. That's good. Okay. So you basically have to set through this until we can. I just want to see how it runs something that puts a lot of draw on the system. Yeah, the sound. I don't like the sound. That needs what? There may be something that can be done about it. Here we are. So they have not given you any additional functionality on the joystick. You're still getting the getting one button and up for jump. This crap. This might be running a little bit fast. I will say, look at the parallax. God, it's so good. I don't like this game all that much, but man, you can't say anything bad about the sound and graphics in it. It's even the guys that wrote it admitted that they were just throwing everything out there. But I mean, it's a legendary game. That's hurting me more than it's helping me. Jeez. God! Run! Oh. Of course, you would normally not go this way. I wanted to run along run along so I could see the parallax. I mean, that holds up, brother. I like that the guy was encased in his own statue. Oh, God! I can't believe I'm still alive. I'm taking a beating. See you later, dude. Thanks for coming in. Hey, what's up, Uncle Larry? It's good to see you, man. I've been thinking about you here recently. Oh, there we go. I think that was running a little bit too fast. That's one you want me to look into, but I've never heard of that, so I had to give that one a whirl. Let's see what else we could get into here. Oh, man, stunt car racer. Let's give this a quick whirl. Hey, good idea, Amiga. I'll give that a look. I didn't see Jim Power. What an oversight. But again, the guys that put this setup together, I don't think they had a lot of individual knowledge for some of these computers, like the Amiga and the C64, because some of their choices were questionable, although they did put some good classics in here. Jeff Crammond, a national treasure, I might add. So you can use this keyboard. Let's see if you can use that one. Can I still type on this one? I can't. So you can use your PC keyboard. It's one of the advantages of playing this on a PC. Although, that was weird. So, that just did something real strange. Let's see if we can figure out how we got back. That was weird. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I'd say you're about right there, man. The big ramp. I can tell you this is running at advanced, so we're getting a little glitching there. We'll try this. We'll try another emulator here in a second and see if we can. See, look at that. That'll make you insane right there. It's like watching one of those old silent films of this game. So we know that stinks. Let's see if we can make it better. So we're going to hold down on that. Let's go ahead and get it to game options. And let's try... look at this. We've got Amiga Forever in here. Wow, that's interesting. I've got a legitimate license for that game. Cloanto provided me. Of course, it's not this. So I guess you'd have to install it. That's interesting. That's even a possibility to use out of this front end. I didn't expect that. So let's try UAE. Let's see if that's installed. Oh, well, there you go. We're going to install it then. Hey, what's up, Mountain Stars? It's great to see you, man. Okay, so that's interesting. It just put the game screen on the wrong screen, which is probably something you have to set up in there. So let's try one more time. We're striking out here. So we've got really those are your only choices. That's a bummer. It's odd that those are. I don't know if there's anything we could do to make that not happen. Let's see if we can. Let's turn off the visual filters. This is just for experimentation purposes. I'll reinstall Amiga Forever and see if that'll actually work. It'd be interesting if it worked. Let's try that again. Same track. Nope, same thing. And look how quickly it's moving. Like, that's no good. So that one that's gonna need some a touch up there on that one. Real good, man. Real good. So the Amiga emulation, your mileage may vary on that one. I'm looking to see if they have Jim Powers. They don't have Lionheart either, which is obviously whoever put this together is out of the loop. No Jim Powers or Lionheart. So there you go. course, I gotta have IK Plus in there. I never understood the appeal of that game. All right, let's move on to something Major League here. Let's try. I'm sure PS2 works okay. Let's try some PS1. Let's try some PlayStation 2. I don't have that much experience with the PlayStation 2, so let's see if we can find. Oh, here we go. There's another Burnout game. Me and my kid played Crash Team Racing on here, which is fun. I've got a PS2, but I don't play it that much. The Final Fantasy stuff, Gods of War. That's probably a little bit outside the scope of this particular thing. Hot Shots. Man, I remember playing that back in the day. Let's give it. I like golf. Uh-oh. Okay, so we just saw that it's got a missing BIOS file, so that's something to look into. And there's an update, so let's go ahead and update it. I like that this thing updates in the program. Hey, what's up, Cammy? It's good to see you. You got to come to Boat Fest sometime, Cammy. You just roll up here from Tasmania sometime. Okay. Cute. I can't remember which golf game this is. Is this the sexy one? I don't think it is. Okay. I can't remember what... Oh, don't. Is that the best way to do that? Yes. You can tell I've never tried this before. Yeah, I can dig it, Cammy. It's fair enough. All right. Gradius 5 and Contra. Okay, I'll give those a whirl. So let's give this a whirl here. This looks like something on the Nintendo. Oh, you get to pick the...
It's only 3 days to homecoming.
Oh, God. Go play, yes.
I'm proud you didn't pick the maid.
Okay. So this looks like it's going to be okay. Oh, yeah. I did see a little bit of that pop up over the weekend, the Outrun. Okay. Let's see how this works here. All right. Looks like standard fare. Oh, that's nice. It looks good. It's a lot of stupid banter. Whoa, that was bizarre. I meant to do that. Okay, so we're 30 yards away, so we're gonna want to hit this about half power. But we're in the rough, so.
We'll take it.
Oh! That's pretty good. Okay, here's how. So you can actually move your clubs with that. This is a trick I like to use. So how far? 40 foot away. Not too bad. 9 feet away. There it is. All right. I call that a winner. Not bad. Not bad. And the escape works there. Oh, is that yeah. Okay, I know this game too. Initial D. That's a fun game. That's an odd choice. I guess if they're not going to put the Intellivision ROMs in, they might as well put that in there. I want to see something here that really goes to work. Deadly Alliance. I was never the biggest fan. This is not bad. Okay, basketball. Oh, yeah. I played both those. Yeah, that too. So they got the good Need for Speed stuff in here. Pinball. The Playboy Mansion. I forgot about that. Okay, they got a goodly amount of stuff in here for this. Ridge Racer. What is that, 5? Oh, Shadow of the Colossus. I always wanted to try that. Oh, yeah, there's a lot of good stuff in here. I mean, Tekken 5 and Tekken Tag. Those are both great. Holy smokes. So I think I found out where they put all the games. I had a feeling this is what they did. They front-loaded this with the big monsters are on this system. And, the bigger systems. Let's see what Gradius looks like. That ROM situation, probably something you can just stick the ROMs in there. It's probably using custom clone ROMs or something. I've seen that, like the Amiga has a similar situation with Cloanto. Yeah, there's some good stuff in PSP. Is it that big a pain in the butt, Cammy, to get that thing working? I'm hoping there's a ready-made bit when I get there. All right. Well, that's nice. Let's just get to the game. Okay, is this going to be is this just a super Gradius that they released? Okay. Let's go with the standard. I was never really good at this, so don't expect much, everybody. After this, we'll try some of the PS3 stuff and see how that looks. Oh, this looks great. Wow. Now we're cooking. I forgot about the Alcon gimmick on this. I wasted some of those. Is this one hit you die, or is this you get multiple hits? Oh, jeez. Great backgrounds. Really cool looking. I mean, there's a reason why there, answer that question. There's a reason why the PlayStation 2 is like the top console of all time. Look at this stuff, man. Those are nice. This is super fancy. Oh, jeez. This is crazy. I don't know if you're meant to destroy those or not, but it's difficult. Yeah, this is pretty good, Mountain. By the way, I've only added one game to this setup, so everything you're seeing would have came with the, and I was cooking right there, too. That's brutal to lose all your jack. Jesus, what do you do here? Oh my God. I panic too much to play games like that. That's pretty good, Happy. That's a good call there. I never liked Contra either, but since it's been requested, who am I to say no? I've got a PS2 setting somewhere back there with a hard drive in it and a SATA adapter. I will say that whatever they're using for the PlayStation 2 emulation seems to be very solid. Oh man. I know I'm going to get crushed here. Try to not laugh too hard at this. Oh yeah. These games have a different feel. Oh, look at this. I'm on the bike. All right, sweet. Oh god. That didn't take long. My god, what am I supposed to do? Oh, I see. It's going to be a short game. This is easy? My god. God. Oh god. I knew it. Does it just keep going on this way? No, it's not the first level. I picked the train level. That's hard. Brutally hard. As I suspected. But it works, by God. All right, we haven't tried the PSP. Let's give this a quick whirl. Man. Get some good stuff in here. Oh, man. A lot of great stuff. Oh, that might be interesting. I want to try something that's going to tax the system, though. Let's see here. Oh, man. We got to try Outrun. Okay. Let's do that. But adding games to this, as I mentioned, is a real easy proposition. So once I get enough hard drive space, I'll probably add everything I own. And they actually got the Ferrari license on this one. All right. I know, Happy. It's interesting to me to, like, get to see. I mean, for me, it's a lot of this newer stuff I haven't really gotten to play. So, I mean, I've got a PSP and a PS2, but I don't play them that much. So it's nice to have this stuff conveniently, there. I played this on the Xbox. Oh, that looks great. Wow, that looks so nice. Look at that. That's one of the best things we looked at tonight. I mean, gosh, that looks great. Analog stick works. Nice. Listen to the music. Oh, yeah, man. Oh, it's so good. Get on the road. And this is playing nice. Real nice. Oh, it's just to pass my rival or like ram my rival. Only one way to find out.
Checkpoint. I want to go far away.
You can't really run him off the road, so I guess it's just supposed to pass him. Man, the sound in this is awesome, too. This is outstanding. I can't believe how good it is. These cars stick to the ground, that's for sure. Whoops.
Are you going to give up?
Trying to see if there's any different views here. Yeah, look at that. Oh, holy moly.
Checkpoint.
Let's ram everybody. Screw them.
What fun!
Yeah, dude. They're great. It's funny, this game's gotten a lot more. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. This game's got a lot more respect in the last few years, but like, no one ever talked about this game for like years and years, and I could not figure out why. I had the Xbox version of this. I was like, man, this is such a great game. So it's good to see that it's finally getting a lot of credit. Yeah, I finally found my brakes, everybody, in case you were wondering. Yeah. Oh, God, yeah. Woo. Uh-oh. I think we can make it. I think we're going to make it. Yeah.
Checkpoint.
Look at that. Beautiful.
How far are you going to take me?
I'm taking you all the way, baby. Now you only have to barely tap those brakes and you go into that slide. Oh man, here we go. Woo! Oh yeah. Man, I thought I had just didn't have enough time saved up. That sucks. Had a good run there.
Time over.
Yes, sir. That's a winner, boys and ladies. Big winner right there. Love that. That was awesome. That's good stuff right there. Let's see if we can get out of this. I did not want to start again. So now we're trying to leave the game. Here we go. Okay. Okay, the last time this happened, I magically got out. I'm trying to figure out how I did that exactly. Yeah, no kidding. You can do worse. We're going to see if we can figure out how to get out of this thing. And this is something you have to deal with. Okay, we're at the very opening screen here. So if I hit that, nothing happens. That doesn't do anything. So that's not working either. Haha. Yeah. I'm trying to get out of it with just the joystick, JP. That's the goal anyway. Escape doesn't do it. So all F4 actually gave me an exit. All right, so that's not the best. Good job, JP. How did you know that, man? Pretty good. And you can see, but what it's done is it's knocked us out of the wheel here. See, right now I don't know what we're stuck in there. So I'm gonna have to exit. So this is the first time tonight, folks, so we've had to exit the entirety of the emulator. So that's not a bad for as far as these things go. That's a pretty good run. Let me see if I can make it happen here. You can see me trying to kill it. Does not want to die. That's bizarre. Let's see if I can figure out how to get this thing out of here. Hang loose, everybody. It's funny. I can't even get my Control Alt Delete to work. Let me put it over here and see if I can get it to work over here. Huh. That's a new one. Okay, let's try this. That is bizarre. Yeah, so you've had this happen to you before. Hey, TSI Matt. Control Alt, Control Shift, Escape, huh? I've never used that one before. Yeah, that's not working either. Can you load the program manager? Yeah, task manager. That's what I was. Can you load the task manager from the? Yeah. Here it is. Let's see if we can actually get it to load. There it is. So we had to load it manually. That's a new one. Now let's see if we can get this thing to shut down. And it did. Wow. That's that's something. That's something. No, I'm not running Windows 7. This is Windows 11, man. Don't fret. We're going to load this thing back up, and we're going to try some PS3 stuff here, and then we'll call it a night. So, good to know. So, if you're going into the PSP, this may be something you can look up, you know. That's the first one tonight we couldn't get out of. I will say that. You see, I can't stand Windows 11. So, traditionally, after Windows 7, I do whatever I can do to make it as much like Windows 7 as possible. All right. Let's tackle the big dog here. I want to see what PlayStation 3 looks like. So, here it is. Let's see what they gave us here. Got your Demon Souls, your God of the War, Gran Turismo 5, the old Heavenly Sword. That looks pretty cool. Infamous, Metal Gear Solid. I mean, I've heard of a lot of these, and I've never played a good chunk of them. Motor Storm Apocalypse. That sounds promising. Persona 5, the old Ratchet and Clank, Resistance Fall of Man, the old Sly, Tekken 6. Let's try Tekken 6 too. So let's start off before we run, let's crawl and try Metal Storm Apocalypse. I'm right there with you, brother. Okay, we are gonna update. Yeah, I run it. Oh, here we go. So this one aired out. Okay. Let's try. So I'm just gonna reload it and see if it works. Let's see. It may have been installing or something. We'll give it a second here before we give up, because I don't know how long it takes to load these. I've not tried to load a PlayStation 3 game that I remember. It doesn't look like it's coming up though. Oh wait, hold the phone. That's what I get. So right now this is something I've seen on other emulators on the Switch, for example, the Wii U. Yeah, I've got a program I run. It's called Open something. But anyway, it gives you your choice of the previous Windows task or the start buttons and stuff. By the way, I hate the Windows 7 taskbar too. I hate all the crap that they've caked in here. I'm sure many of you have done what I did, which is de-gunkify your Windows. But you can never get it gunk-free because they keep adding gunk. One of these days, I'm going to try that new Steam OS or one of the other of the knockoff versions. It's looking pretty nice. I could absolutely see a future for that as well. It's good to see that there are alternatives to games that require you not to have Windows. Sounds good to me. You know, I'm not in love with Windows. It's just that it's really the only thing you could get everything done on. We gotta take her around here for 55 seconds here, according to this. Although I don't think that clock's accurate. Well, here's the thing, Petzel. Too dumb is the problem. Hey, freestyle. Sure did, buddy. Tonight, because we're looking at this bat, this RetroBat, I'm using my PC and I'm using the old Xbox One. I've got the wire in on this one. It's a good stick. I'm happy with it. You know, I mean, don't get me wrong. You could use other sticks, but I wanted to have something that had a lot of different buttons and controls on it so I could have full coverage for anything we try. And it does a good job. Again, if you are interested in wondering what I'm running, they've posted in the chat a few times. But this is all running on a laptop with an external hard drive. So clearly, if you had a hot rod of a machine, your mileage would vary in terms of the load times and whatnot. I'm sure it would be a lot quicker than this. And again, it's a 2 terabyte drive, so I don't know how much space is on there. I'm not sure how much is being used, and I'm also not sure where it's saving all this stuff when it does this. I don't know, because I mean it's moving a lot of data around here. And I assume for these PS3 games, this is the way it's going to be. And I know when you start the game, it's going to look weird because it's still compiling the shaders. That I've seen on the Wii and Switch as well. Look at this crap. This right here can go right up the old hind. I don't need the game to tell me that I need to take breaks. Just shut up and start the game, brother. The Wii does that. You should drive me nuts. All right, here we go. Let's see how this looks. I'm just going to let it roll for a second. I've never even heard of this game, so hopefully it's cool. Anybody played this one, by the way? All right. Post-apocalyptic. All right. Yeah, stylized. Got it. Get me in there. Motor Storm Apocalypse. Yeah. Move the yellow lines until they touch the edges of your screen. Good enough. Oh, God. Let's just stick with the one that they offered up here. Let's try that. Quick race. Oh, look at this. You've got a... I want a proper car here. Supercar. Track. Oh, this is interesting. Let's just... We'll stick with the one it's the defaults to. All right, here we go. Yeah. Or Bone Saw. So this is a sequel to something then. Okay. So again, this is probably going to look crappy at first. And then presumably it will look better. Because it's loading. And once you do this one time, it doesn't have to do it again. It's crazy to me that here we are with PS3 emulation, you know, and Switch emulation. I can see why Nintendo are taking more marked efforts into locking down the Switch 2, including not giving away free use of the USB on that, which is going to screw up a lot of docks. But you can see why they're, you know, my son has a Switch that has, gosh, probably 40 games for it. And we just buy them, you know. It's just easier. I'm okay to buy stuff for the Switch if it's good to go, you know. But he's not that excited about the new one. Okay. God, that's so bright I can't see what I'm doing. Yeah. Jiminy Christmas. So clearly... something is not in place. Let me see if we can, Oh, okay, that's nothing. Well, I don't know what to say about that. Because that looks... I mean, I can't see anything. Let me see if I can switch views. Maybe that'll clean it up. This looks awesome if we can see what's going on. I mean, it's running well. I will say that. But, I mean, that is an odd problem. Yeah, no kidding. It's funny because it brightens up to the point where once I die, you can see it early on. Oh, God. It's still compiling shaders. You know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back out of this. I don't want to be too judgmental on this stuff because I don't have enough experience with it. So I'm going to let it play out here a little bit. Let's try cargo. Let's try that. Let's see if it does that again. Yeah. That's bizarre. I wouldn't hold that one against it. That's one you'll, like I said, once it loads up. Holy smokes, that's even more disturbing. It also can be video card related. Man, that's probably no good right there. I don't want to make anybody have a seizure. I'm going to try one more track. Third time's a charm. Yeah, no kidding. Ha! That's right. Don't drop acid before getting in the car. Yeah, that was doing it too. I suspect though that this is a problem that will fix itself. Because otherwise, this looks really good. It's playing real well. This is the easiest. This is the best. This is the one that looks least insane. All right, enough of that. So your mileage may vary. I'm going to try another PlayStation game if I can. First, let's see if we can get out of this one. So I'm going to try to leave. Oh, okay, you do get a menu here. Gosh, that's fine. Okay, exit game. So let's try. I'm going to try one of the Tekkens here that I saw. Let's try Tekken 6. I'm a big Tekken guy. So we'll see how this one goes. Golly Nets, I'm 2 hours into this thing. So if you've got any questions, now's the time. I'm going to try this game and I'm going to fold this thing up. So if there's any systems I didn't show you that you want to see or any games I didn't show you want to see, now that one didn't work. So we're going to do our trick here and see what our options are.
Round one.
So it doesn't look like we've got we don't have a, there is no other emulator. This is it on this one. That's interesting. So that did not work. So let's try, we're going to try one more here. It's odd that they'd put that in there and it did not work. That makes me wonder what's going on there. Let's try, there's not a ton of games on this thing. Let's try Sly Cooper here. That's a valid question. I couldn't tell you, Happy. So this one seems like it's going to work. That's a shame, too, because I really like Tekken. We'll give this one a shot. I do want to show you the, there's one last aspect that I thought was pretty interesting. We'll go over that. Then we'll call it a night. Hey, if you're watching now, our schedule is going to kick back up on Sunday this week. This will be the final Atari ST show before we swap that show out or join it with another show that's going to be known as Atari Unlimited, where we're going to examine the width and breadth of everything Atari offered all throughout its ages, everything from the Pong all the way up to the Falcon, you know, everything in between. So hopefully if you like Atari, hopefully we'll have some stuff that you'll enjoy. Yeah, thank you, Brock. We'll still get some ST in there, but we were I was telling Brent there's so much good Atari stuff out there that doesn't get played, and so by God we're gonna play it. But still, we've got one more ST show in the tank this weekend. Here we go. I've never played this game, but I mean it's a pretty famous game. Cute. Oh wow, this looks nice. I skipped the story just so I can get right into it here. Here we go. Yes. Okay. Oh, wow. Yeah. Love the music. It's great. Let's see what this guy can do here.
I suppose I don't have to mention you
This seems to be running quite nicely.
Right. Just another one of my many talents.
Got the old invisible walls here. Oh, wow. Probably should have watched the thing there.
Don't forget you can double jump. Just jump, then press the X button again while you're still in the air.
Right. Just another one of my many talents.
I'll have to try out the tech, and you never know what you get. You could have a bad ISO. You could be an incompatible ISO. Normally, I will say this has been a pretty well vetted collection. So I'm not sure what you're supposed to do here. Again, I didn't watch the opening. That probably would have helped. There we go. I watch a lot of noir stuff, and it's what this soundtrack. Clearly, I'm not the only one.
If you find the need to adjust your perspective on things, you can move the camera around using the right stick.
It works.
Excellent. It's perfect for peeking around corners.
Press the circle button while jumping to interact with blue sparkling objects.
I remember. That's how I pull off some of my best moves.
Avoid those choppers, Sly. If they see you down.
Up, there you go. All right, that seems to be working quite nicely. Yeah, that's a good one. That one looks pretty good, man. I don't know. Is that a game or a system? This, like I said, this thing has a limited. It really doesn't have a huge array. I mean, it does. It does. That's not fair, but it's. It doesn't have like everything you could get. You know, just for fun. Let's look up here. Techno Parrot. Okay. So we're gonna. I've never done this before, but it's worth trying. So we're gonna go to the RetroBat here. Let's see if they've got something that emulates that, or if it's something listed. Look at that. Okay, I'm gonna try to install this. I'm gonna hit A. So, one would wonder. So that's one that we need to download. I actually thought that's what would happen when I clicked it. I wonder. One would wonder if there are other ones on here. That really surprised me there. Actually, what if I do this? See, that's what I thought would happen. Huh. Weird. So, but we know it's compatible. So check this out. This is the last thing I wanted to show you here. If you hit the start button, you get a little menu here that has updates and downloads. So we're going to go there. So amongst the things you can do is update this machine, but you can also download content. So this is content you can download via the front end. Now, some of this stuff is brand new stuff that someone just put together. Some of the stuff's demos. So you can see someone has ported over Goodbye Galaxy to the Game Boy Advance, for example. So I'm just gonna randomly pick something here. I'm gonna look through here to see what we've got it on offer. So that's kind of neat. Like, for example, I own Demons of Asterberg. I reviewed it a couple years ago. It's a pretty good game for the Mega Drive. So I'm going to click it and see what happens. Install. And there it is. So theoretically, it's installed. We'll go check. Empire Soccer AGA. Let's install that too. All right. So let's go. Now let's see if they're there. And by God, there it is. Now let's see if it works. Something's happening. And there it is. And it failed. Let's see if we can get it to work while we're here. You know, one thing I will say. Oh, yes. This is that shtick. One thing I will say about these packages, sort of to close the shop on this, is that it's going to require a certain level of expertise that you may or may not have. And so you're going to have to learn how to do it effectively. What was the other thing I downloaded? Oh, the Mega Drive. Let's see if that one works. These things, as they've come a long way, but they're still not 100% perfect. Because it's almost impossible to have this many games. So there's the game I just downloaded, the demo. Let's see if that works. And it did. This is at the time, I don't know about now, this was the largest Mega Drive game ever made in terms of space it took up. It's quite a good game, too. By the way, this is available on Steam for a song. If you get it on Steam, the ROM for the Genesis is in there. Is in the Steam download. So, just a little hint. If you want to get 2 for 1, you can. Yeah. Real good animation and music in this too. So that worked. Anyway, like I said, you can get a goodly amount of stuff through the downloads area. Looks like the Amiga section. That's one of the ones we had trouble on, and so that's definitely one you're going to want to maybe tinker with until it does exactly what you want. But there's some neat stuff in there. If you're looking for stuff to download, and you can see at the top, you've also got bezels and whatnot like that. Amiga 4000 demo, which that's crazy. So there's some pretty bizarre stuff in here. Looking through it. So I will know more. Maybe one of these days I'll do a follow up once I learn everything about this stuff, because I'm still learning a lot about it. But overall, I think it's a pretty good system. It's a usable system because of the way it stores stuff in a Windows on a directory. It's probably the way to go. So I think that's a good place to call it a night, everybody. I hope you learned something or enjoyed it or just found it interesting. We'll be back next Friday. No, I take that back. I'll be out of town next week. I'm taking the family to Cass Scenic Railroad to drive the train. So that'll be fun. But I'll be back in a couple weeks. I think the next time out, we're going to head back to the Amiga. And we're going to take a look at I'm going to start doing a company look. And I think the very first one we're going to do is magnetic fields. That'll be in a couple weeks. That should be a lot of fun. All right, guys. We're going to take it to the house. Thanks, everybody, for hanging and banging. I appreciate you guys. Hey, stay tuned. There's going to be a lot of Boat Fest content that's getting posted up in the near future if you didn't get to come. So I think you'll enjoy that. I'll catch you on the flip side. And until the next time around, be seeing you.